The Trump regime's ICE is, in my opinion, conducting illegal operations all over the United States of America. Their intent is to scare people. Their intent is to say that we are in charge. Their intent is to prime the public that nobody is safe and the rules that apply to everybody else don't apply to the people in the administration. And we're going to show you just how dangerous the United States of America has become under this Trump regime. Here is a video of ICE attacking a protester completely unprovoked.
That sickens me. That is the United States of America. Those people were simply standing there protesting, and they were physically assaulted and dragged away like you see in videos from third world countries. It's terrifying.
Well, and I think a point that we need to make here is white Americans are getting a taste of what Black Americans have been going through for a really long time in this country. And this can be a moment where we can all lean in to understand each other more and understand what the Black community has been going through, understand why Colin Kaepernick took the knee. Mm-hmm. Because what you just saw happens in Black neighborhoods all the time. And they were trying to be heard and they were trying to get allies. And now it's happening to everybody because fundamentally, when it comes to human rights, none of us are free until all of us are free. And so when you see the law and the rules applied to a brown community or a Black community a certain way, and you look the other way because you don't have that problem in your community, you leave everybody vulnerable and you leave a vacuum for a Gestapo-style ICE to come in under a convicted felon president. And this administration, you guys, commits crimes every single day. All right, here we have a pregnant woman arrested in Portland, still in ICE custody for playing the clarinet at a protest. A woman still in jail after brutally arrested at ICE protest for playing Ghostbusters on a clarinet. She was mysteriously transported to jail across state lines. Husband not told until 9 hours later. We can't even see her. Our 3-year-old has no idea when we'll see mommy again. Agent was caught on video violently tackling her down into the muddy ground as 2 more agents join in and knock her clarinet out of her hands. Why are they targeting a clarinet player? A clarinet player standing on the sidewalk far away from the street following instructions. Oriana Carroll was arrested in Portland, but is still being held without bail at the Clark County Jail in Vancouver, Washington.
This is so abhorrent, and it's happening over and over again. And you look at these ICE agents, they are the aggressors. They are trying to stir up protests so that they can arrest people. This woman's playing her clarinet. That seems pretty peaceful to me. But here's the thing. I think that they're dying for these protesters to start something so that they have cause to do what they're doing. Because right now they're doing it unprovoked. So when we're going, these No Kings rallies, I just can't stress how important it is. We're all peaceful because they're looking for any reason to cause this violent or riotous.
Well, and I think the thing is we're getting primed. We all know that during Trump 1.0, he wanted to shoot protesters to clear spaces. And we know that the bottom-feeding psychopaths that don't have a moral problem working for this man after what we saw on January 6th, after all of the stories that came out of his first administration. We know that these people are the bottom feeders, completely mentally, emotionally, psychologically damaged human beings. It leads me to the logical conclusion that I can't even believe I have to say out loud, but we have to say it, that we're a couple of news cycles away from ICE shooting civilians.
Absolutely.
and they're already aiming guns at them. And here is another video of some of the Portland protests. Play the clip. So here we have the protesters in Portland dressed up as a squirrel, a Teletubby, a shark, frog, dinosaur, Pokemon, an American eagle. You guys, this notion that they go through that the Democrats are terrorists, the Democrats are Hamas, the Democrats are Antifa. We all saw January 6th.
Right.
We all know at the Trump parades who has the "Don't Tread on Me." We all know who the gun nuts are. We all know who the rapture preppers are. We all know who the end of time preppers are. It's not the Democrats. And the fact that they're trying to make Portland protest, as you hear Trump, Portland is a war-torn city. It's just a complete lie, but it's such a dangerous lie because he's doing it intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
He's intentionally using propaganda to the Fox News crowd in flyover states so that they will think that these blue cities, which, by the way, are the economic hubs that fund these Fox viewers' lives, and Donald Trump cannot stomach it that he's not popular with the cool people.
Right.
At the end of the day, when January 6th went down, he was in the dining room off the Oval, and he said to his team, "I wish they didn't look so trashy. I wish they weren't so white trash." And this is a broken man, and all of this is for his fragile ego. And all of these psychos like Stephen Miller, this is porn to them.
Yeah.
Seeing ICE agents brutalize people is porn to them. And it's so smart of the people in Portland to dress up in costumes to protest that way.
I love the people in Portland because they also had, I guess their slogan is "Keep Portland Weird." So they did this big protest and everybody was naked. And so I saw right-leaning media was like, this is exactly what happens when it's lawless. I mean, people are riding their bicycles naked. Like, get over it.
But here's the thing about Republicans. They're so scared of everything. They're scared of white liberal women. They're scared of people speaking Spanish. They're scared of Bad Bunny. They're scared of Cracker Barrel. They're scared of Super Bowl halftime shows. Now they're scared of naked people. These are the biggest titty babies. They're scared of books. They're scared of drag queens. They're scared of gay people. They're scared of trans people. The list of things that these people are scared of grows by the day. But here is Trump lying and using videos from other places. So completely lying to declare an emergency in Chicago. Midas Touch is reporting an AFP fact check reveals that a video posted by Donald Trump in the White House depicting chaos in Chicago as justification for deploying the National Guard features old footage of incidents in other states, including Florida, Texas, South Carolina, and Nebraska. They're faking it.
As always, they're faking it. I also saw one earlier in the week where it was from a Latin American country that there was some kind of big dust up with the police and protesters, or maybe it was a riot, I don't know. And it said Policia. And they are so incompetent, they couldn't even doctor the photos they were trying to say was in Chicago or Portland. And it had Policia on it. I'm like, why would these people be in charge of anything?
All right, moving along, we have Los Angeles declaring an emergency because of ICE agents' presence. Put this up. Los Angeles County has just declared a state of emergency over federal ICE raids. Think about that. The county is literally declaring an emergency over what the federal government is doing. This is Trump's America, and this is a super point right here. We live in a state, or I used to live in the state, Pump still lives in the state, Oklahoma, where they're all about states' rights. And they use the states' rights argument to erode civil liberties of its citizens. Look at the abortion ban in the state of Oklahoma. And interestingly, Kevin Stitt, the governor, came out in defense of Chicago and Governor Pritzker. And he said, if Illinois were sending troops to Oklahoma, Oklahomans would be mad. And so then you think, oh God, sometimes assholes have moments of clarity. Well, then this morning I read that Governor Dipshit is doing a Turning Point rally at the University of Oklahoma with alleged rapist and sexual abuser Russell Brand. And I want to just note that Kevin Stitt wears his Christianity every bit as much as Moses Mike Johnson does.
Yeah.
Kevin Stitt will not shut the fuck up about what a big Christian he is. And this is the thing about MAGA Christians. It's all talk, no action, zero action. For Kevin Stitt, the sitting governor of Oklahoma, who has already harmed so many Oklahoma women. His state is already ranked 50th in education, ranked 50th in places for women to live. He's going to a university with a man that is a sexual abuser, alleged rapist, a completely depraved individual, and putting on something with him. Do you see what they're doing, MAGA? They say one thing and they do another. Kevin Stitt, Moses Mike Johnson, Josh Hawley, all of these, the louder the Christian, the more fucked up they are. Every single time. There is nothing about Governor Kevin Stitt, not one action of his, that shows that he gives a damn about marginalized people. All he cares about is kissing Trump's ass and worshiping money and making life easier for the oil and gas industry in the state of Oklahoma. He doesn't want to raise livable wages for his citizens. And then he wants to go parade around with an alleged rapist on a college campus. And this man has daughters. He is a father to young girls. It is beyond the pale. Had you read that, Pumps?
Yes, I had read that. And here's the thing with Kevin Stitt. This is the same guy, Mr. Christian, dedicated every square inch of Oklahoma. We have one of the most poverty-rich states. I mean, we are way down in the polls in terms of poverty. This motherfucker denied free lunches for children in poverty because he's a big, tough guy. He's a big, tough guy. He doesn't want...
He's standing up to Biden. Yeah.
He's standing up to Biden. He's not going to take his money to feed kids. Like, what?
Well, and the real Christian thing to do in that space would be to say, I'm the governor and Joe Biden is the president. He's from a different political party, but if we're going to work together to help feed kids, that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to set a good example. But instead, he played politics because his Christianity is performative. He is a performative Christian that weaponizes his faith because Oklahoma is a deeply religious state. And he lures them in and then he dicks them over every chance he can get. But he Christian signals all the time. Politicians like Kevin Stitt, Christians like Kevin Stitt are walking, talking advertisements as to why you shouldn't be a MAGA Christian, why you shouldn't go into politics. This man is so horrific, but he does it with this smile and this folksy kind of thing.
Good old boy.
Meanwhile, he does nothing to support the marginalized, nothing to support bipartisanship. And as Pump said no to school lunches for poor kids because he wanted to look like a badass standing up to Joe Biden, which in that regard, it's always like, well, Joe Biden's this, frail thing, but also we've got to stand up to him. It's just ridiculous. Okay. Last one. This is where it's getting really serious, you guys. We've all known Trump is a racist. Everybody that watches this channel knows Trump's a racist. If you support Trump, you're either a racist or you're okay with racism. And here is Trump. He only wants white immigrants. He said this a little bit in 1.0, but here we are in 2.0. New York Times is reporting President Trump is considering an overhaul to the U.S. refugee program that would favor mostly white people, documents show.
Surprises me zero. He's already he did this kind of in Trump 1.0 with the Muslim ban, but then he marries white women that are from foreign countries. As long as you're white, like you don't hear a word about ICE going into, Swedish immigrant communities or Finnish, not that they would come here, but I'm just saying as a rule, and I would think a large percentage of these people are black and brown that they want to deport, and they're not even covering it up well. But this, it's the the young Republicans texting about it. It's the white supremacist Secretary of Defense tattoo boy. This is who they are. And now they're just saying it. And I'm with your mother. This is exposing the people that support them. You've exposed Christianity. Donald Trump has exposed evangelical Christians. Now the racists, if you're not standing up against this regime, you're either okay with it or you are yourself. So just raise your hand.
Real Christians would rise up.
Absolutely.
Like there's that James Tallarico,
yes,
who's a man of deep faith. I'm not a religious person at all. So I wish politicians didn't have to talk about religion, but we're a super religious country. Andy Brashear is a man of deep faith. And they speak up and say everything that Donald Trump is doing is the opposite of what my faith has instructed me to do. And so if Kevin Stitt, if Stephanie Bice, if Mark Wayne Mullen, who's our other senator, that weird looking redhead?
Langford.
James Langford, he's a big Bible thumper. If these guys were truly followers of Jesus Christ, the central character in the Bible, the central character of the faith of Christianity, if they were truly that, they would be the most outraged at all of the videos we just played. They would be the most outraged at the depraved behavior and language coming out of this administration. But instead, they are allies with it because it's performative Christianity. And Donald Trump has exposed these white evangelicals as being the hypocrites I always fucking knew they were. And you look no further than all of these red states. They are bottom feeder states. They suck off of blue cities. They suck off of blue states to fund them. And then you get these dipshit governors like Kevin Stitt, who's driven the state even further into the ground, who gaslights the people in the state and says, oh, we're a top 10 state.
Yes.
We're a top 10 state. And he's such a piece of shit. He couldn't ever stand up against Ryan Walters, the complete unhinged, who later resigned. But it's just, there's no principle. There's no conviction. It's this performative Christianity that they weaponize against the poorest people in the state. And the only culture these people have in rural Oklahoma is their church. And these politicians like Stephanie Bice, Langford, Mullins, Stitt, and then duplicate that over every Bible Belt state, bottom 10 states. Same kind of leadership, same kind of MAGA super majorities, same kind of fuck over and dick over to the people that need it most, to the people that these big Christian leaders should be fighting for the most. But instead, they fight for the rich guys. They fight for the people who have never been vulnerable a day in their lives. Shame on Kevin Stitt for platforming Russell Brand. That is so gross. You are a fake Christian. I'm embarrassed for your daughters to know that that's what you're doing that day. And they do a Google search on Russell Brand. It is abhorrent. It is disgusting. Ugh. All right. Pumps, tell them about our book.
Oh, here's our book, Life is the Lazy Susan of Shit Sandwiches. It's linked below in the show notes, and you can get it on audio books.
Tell them about the subscribing issue we've been having.
Okay, so here's the thing. A lot of you out there, you're just watching the videos consistently. You never subscribe, you never like. Come on, guys, give us just a little bit. We're old. We need affirmation. Please go in, subscribe.
We like the metrics.
Like the metrics. We like it. We like it.
We do. We do. We like it. And we'll own it.
Yeah.
The more subscribers we get, the more we like it. The more fired up we are to do this all the time. Right, Pumps?
That's right. We got to stay fired up in Trump's America.